saying, longevity, Modric, Kroos and all them man, you get me? Them man there, bro, if we're being real, Van Dijk has had 2, maybe 3 years tops.
I wouldn't say 3. I wouldn't say 3.
But yet still we're comparing him to Ferdinand and them man there.
At the elite table too.
Because Ferdinand was sought after at West Ham, Leeds, whatever.
Yeah.
Gone to Man United and has been doing it for about 8 years.
Put your medals on the table.
8 years.
Vidic, put your medals on the table.
So you don't rate... Okay, I'm trying to remember what Van Dijk did in 2018.
The fact that you're pinpointing 1 year.
No. That's a starting year.
Yeah, go on.
Because we all say only 3 years.
2.
I'm
not giving you 3 years.
2 years.
2 years.
As rated as a top defender.
Elite. Yeah. 2 years at the elite table.
Even when they won the Champions League.
Yes.
Back in
That's 2 years. They won the champs and they won the Prem. So that's 2 years.
So
but that was 4 years ago.
So what does that tell you? Did I just say the cliff?
What are you saying now?
I just talked about Mount Everest.
Van Dijk is not Van Dijk of 2 years ago.
He's not, but he's still at a high level for me.
What's a high level?
High level defender. Okay, cool.
Name the benchmark.
Okay, I think it's a defender for you to operate at a high level. Yes, you need a level of consistency, but you have to be a very dominant defender. So like you can see with Saliba is a great defender because he's a very dominant defender.
I'm going to give you a shout right now.
Go on.
Saliba's better than Van Dijk.
At this moment in time, yes.
Pure and simple.
It's yes. But I'm not gonna like. But for me, is that
I'd argue
if you look at the top 10 centre backs in the league, Van Dijk is still up there.
Yeah, he's still in
So
there.
I'm not gonna say like
where.
Like, I literally have to put the name.
No, because I'm on his neck, so I want to know. Where?
I won't put the name.
Not your neck, Van Dijk's.
I'll have to write down, but he's probably coming top 5 for me.
Is he playing better than Van de Ven at the moment?
You put him in it. See, I like that. You a sneaky motherfucker.
No, not at the moment. No, not at the moment. The same way he's not playing better than Saliba at the moment.
Okay, cool.
He's not playing better than Gabriel at the moment. Let's just be honest. It's called a spade a spade.
It's not. But at the same time, these defenders are operating at a very high level as we speak.
Do you know what? The reason why I'm not going to compare Van Dijk to Saliba and Van de Ven because Van Dijk is a league winning.
Let me ask this question.
Wait. These guys on form.
Wait, let me ask this question. How much better of a centre back is Van Dijk to Thiago Silva?
Way better.
No, shut up.
Better.
Conversation done.
Better.
What?
I told you.
What?
I get him. Zoom in on this, Kels. I get him.
What?
Way better, blood.
Are you mad? Are you
better.
mad?
I told you.
Are you okay?
told you.
Are you serious?
So what can Thiago do that Van Dijk can't?
Everything. I say it with chest. What? Everything. With chest. At the age of 39. Thiago Silva. The fact that he's 39 and he's still the same on levels with Van Dijk shows you enough.
But he's not on
He's
levels.
39 years old.
He's not on levels.
He is
He's not on levels. No. I've seen Thiago Silva get, but I remember.
If you're about to say what I think you're about to say, Van Dijk has been burned.
I can remember Thiago Silva in that Spurs game. I think we drew 2-2. I cannot remember. I think there's one where basically Harry Kane tugged him and he fell over.
Is Van Dijk better than Thiago Silva? Yes or no? Right now.
Yeah. Right now, yes. All right. No, y'all want to take a 39. Y'all want to take a 13. So let me ask you the same question. Do you believe Thiago Silva is better? Because we know he says better. You believe Thiago Silva at 39 right now is better than Van Dijk?
Right now, yes.
Sorry,
Jesus
1 second.
Christ.
Tiago, I'm so sorry. He didn't mean it. He doesn't respect your gangster. He doesn't realize. Yeah, he's a twit. Anyway, sorry.
As you were saying.
Silver cord.
Bro, no, honestly, I do not know what you guys smoked before you guys came here.
Brother, let me tell you something.
You guys, y'all most likely came from a funeral because you're both wearing black. So your mind is not in the right frame of mind. I hear it.
Thiago Silva
Great
has
defender.
come to the Premier League.
Great defender.
Let me finish. He's come to the Premier League, what we call the toughest league in the world because of pace and power, right? All right, cool.
Told them about
and he's made it, and even though Chelsea are crap, he's made it look simple. In a time where Van Dijk has been falling off of Mount Everest. Tell me something different.
Yeah, that was a fact, but that even strengthens the agenda of past over present.
100%.
Do you know that? I'm just saying, there's too many examples where these guys in their old age are coming
He's
and
reading
making
the
stuff.
game easier. He's not
simple.
making the same amount of mistakes. He's not positionally making no mistakes. If you look at, and this is the thing, and I want to big up Van Dijk. I'm not going to just shit on him, but the fact is Virgil van Dijk, at the height of that 2 years, was unplayable as a center back.
Yeah.
Dominant. All this type of thing. Look at Vincent Kompany, for instance, right? Vincent Kompany had what, like 4 years, let's say, 4 years really, where you thought Vincent Kompany is the best defender in the world, right? Even his peak is better than Van Dijk's. Van Dijk has done 2 years, and everybody is like Van Dijk's.
They're not ready for that conversation.
No, but they're not. But this is what I'm trying to say. Like at a basic level of longevity, or even at a foundation level of consistency, Virgil van Dijk for 2 years was the best center back in the world, right?
Yeah, I think that was his peak, and obviously
Right.
every defender goes through their peak. Sometimes they maintain that peak, but his peak was
But
so.
Thiago
his peak
Silva's
was-
been doing this since AC Milan, and he's now come to the best league in the world. And Van Dijk's peak was 2 years, and he still looks better than him.
He wasn't heavily rated.
No, but I'm saying he was
He was there for time, but he was. Thiago Silva wasn't.
No, but that's where he made his name, though.
And
No,
and
then PSG.
I would reckon he made his name more at PSG than
No, AC Milan.
It's AC.
Fair enough, but AC Milan, you got to know who he was, and he was at a decent level. PSG, people start paying more attention. I'll agree.
Yeah.
But I think that's because the eyes were more on PSG because who they were buying at the time.
let's
If
not
you
forget.
look,
Let's
Go
not
on,
forget
sorry,
what
go on.
happened to Brazil.
So let me ask you a question, right? What do you think Thiago's best year was, or best 2 years was, or best 3 years was?
I can tell you, Thiago Silva was an elite defender from maybe his last 2.5 years at AC Milan all the way till now. I can say that with chest.
I don't disagree.
I'm not gonna.
Thiago Silva's amazing.
I'm not gonna.
I can say it with chest.
I'm only thinking.
Consistent and long over a long period of time.
Yeah.
It's
From
kind
his
of-
last 2.5 years at AC till right now. I'm not going to say he's
I swear that's when AC
top table right now,
I swear that's
but
when
yeah,
AC
he's
started
top
going through
five.
a difficult period when he left, right? That's when AC were going through their. You remember when they had that dip where they were just not.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then basically that they were finishing like mid-table.
Yeah.
For that period, that's when he left. So that's why he left AC Milan, right? And then he made. For me, that's why I say I believe he
Paris.
more made his name in Paris.
Okay.
In that sense.
Okay, if
But-
that's where you want to go.
I'm not saying that's not an elite defender,
Uh-huh.
right? What I'm saying is that Van Dijk gave you such a defensive display in this period of 2 years, which has been unmatched by any defender.
And you know what I'm going to say?
You're talking about a defender that didn't get beaten one-on-one. You're talking about a defender that single-handedly
That's not
broke
true.
down four-man counter-attack.
That's not true. He did.
Counter-attack.
The
one.
one-on-one thing. The one-on-one thing.
I just want to make sure. I want to make sure.
I'm gonna lie. Factually, that's not true. I'm just gonna say there is one. I know a player that dribbled past Van Dijk.
Was it Saka?
No.
Martinelli?
Nope. Nicolas Pepe. I promise you.
Oh yeah, he did. He did.
that's
bust
true.
you.
I'm
That was
just saying that's not true. But
you know what's so great about it?
But I like the
You know-
myth and the legend. I do like it.
Okay, cool. But you know what's so great about it?
Yeah.
You can remember the one time.
no. I just give you one example. That was just me.
No,
I'm an
no.
Arsenal fan.
But that's the only example. I remember that one. I remember you discovered that one. But that's the only example.
That's the only one. That's the only one that. That's
But
the
it
first
just
thing that
shows you
came to mind.
how high his peak was, right?
For 2 years.
For 2 years, his peak was just tremendous.
Okay.
Yes, he had his injury, and then when he came back, he wasn't the same player, and
Yeah.
that's understandable.
Can I ask you this question?
But go on.
When let's say football stopped tomorrow, is he top 10 defenders of all time?
Even
Personally,
Think about
that
it.
I've seen the top performing. Yes.
Top 10
Can I
center
say
backs of
something?
all time.
There's three guys
in the world
If it stopped right now, of all time.
that I've seen.
If football was not, if no one kicked the ball again in the history of the game, and football stops right now,
I'd rate him up
is he
there as,
top 10 center backs of all
from
time?
what I've seen. Yes.
Anyway.
And obviously, sometimes you can.
I'll give him top 15.
You can at the same time is
might
that
sneak 10.
at the same time I hear your argument about longevity and some players that doesn't apply to them. Just like Dino, and just like a few other players where we'll rate them even though they have
Even
longevity.
Dino's,
Even Dino had
Dino's
longevity.
time it had more
Yeah, but at the
longevity.
end of the day, it's like, bro, it's like we know we could have got a lot more from Dino.
We know we
could
could have,
at least
but
get.
he
We
had-
know we can at least get a 5 years more
So-
from Dino.
so-
His last year at PSG, World Cup year, his World Cup year, he had his 4 years at Barca. Okay, because he didn't fall off a cliff. Pep just said, "I'm not having it." That's what it was.
I'm not having a party
And
and
from-
drinking.
from
and
time-
his first two at AC Milan.
Nah, I wouldn't rate those as
He
much.
was good at.
Those are good years. Those are good
He
times.
was
Milan.
good, but at
Those
the
are good
same
times.
time, is that
Obviously, he wasn't the Ballon d'Or winner of Barcelona.
100% pick up his numbers, blood. What was the number saying?
He wasn't.
But that's but then the same argument you're having.
But that's the same thing. That's why.
Let me just cook for 1 second.
No, wait. Let me land and tell you.
Okay,
That's why sometimes you could put those kind of things. But I'm not
gonna quantify this.
Yeah, you gotta quantify it. But I'm not gonna rate his AC Milan career as great, because for me he didn't do anything that he did at Barcelona. It wasn't more. It wasn't. You can see his peak was throughout Barcelona for those 4 years.
Sustainability, is always still added into longevity.
Yeah, but compared to Dino at Barcelona, he fell off. Like you said, he fell off a cliff when he went to AC.
All right, even if you're saying that, I wouldn't say cliff at AC. Maybe his last year AC was made because Dino was just going carnival all the time. I'm not gonna lie to you. I fully hear that.
He got fat.
Fine, cool. But that's still a longer period than Van Dijk's. Not gonna lie to you.
What I'm trying to say to you is that we're doing the comparison where we know we could apply longevity to certain players, and we kind of both agree Dino is one of those players, right?
But with that same premise,
Because
we can
for
look
the
at
short
Dele Alli
period,
and say,
for the short period,
in that
That's
same
more of
period-
an argument.
In that same premise, we can look at
Dele
Dele
Alli is
Alli.
more of an argument. Like
Dele Alli and Van Dijk would be
even
more of an
Dele Alli in
argument
his peak,
in
it's still
terms
an
of longevity.
argument about top. No one's gonna, even in his peak, no one's gonna call him a top. That's different.
Can I say something?
But
I'll go on. You finish it.
yeah,
I'm gonna
So
drop
like
this bomb.
like I was saying, we cannot really put Dino in that bracket and say longevity, so he's not a great player. We know he's a great player. I'm just saying I'm applying that same kind of logic to Van Dijk.
Do you know what? I bet you that right now there's 3 guys in Spain on a podcast talking about the best centre back they've ever seen, and they're saying Sergio Ramos. I bet you. Mm-hmm. Now, let's put the medals on the table. Mm-hmm. Let's compare Van Dijk to Sergio Ramos. Mm-hmm. Okay? You're saying that Van Dijk's plus points is he stopped a 4-man counter attack. Do you get me? And no one could dribble past him. Obviously, as a defender, that's your mainstays. Another person could argue that Ramos won 3 Champions Leagues in a row, loads of La Liga titles, and scored what? Was it 70-something goals?
As a centre back.
As a centre back. Someone could argue, well, if we look back and we look at Ramos and Van Dijk, someone will argue Ramos is better than Van Dijk.
And they can argue that.
And did it from the moment he stepped to Madrid to the moment he left. So from he left Sevilla in, was it 2004 or 2005?
And went as a right back as well.
And went there as a right back, converted to a centre back that whole time.
It's true. And those same people would argue that he's better than Maldini. Well, that would be their opinion.
There's no centre back.
That would be their opinion.
There's no centre back.
What I'm trying to say is that would be their opinion.
There's no centre back, and I'm gonna say this right now. There's no centre backs played the game in the time that I've been alive that's been better than Maldini.
And I agree.
Maldini's got longevity over both of them, though.
Yeah,
but that's why I said
he was consistently
that's
the best centre back for at least 10 years.
And that's why I say
and what's so crazy, his number
that's
2.
what I'm trying to say is like the same argument you were saying, where even though Ramos won so much, scored so many goals, so many La Ligas, so many Champions Leagues, he has to be better than Van Dijk. I say that's, some people can take that same argument about Ramos and try and argue that he's better than Maldini.
Do you know the point I was making?
But what I'm trying to say is that you can compare different defenders.
Do you know the point I was making? The reason why you're so on Van Dijk is because you see Van Dijk because you live in England. So the premise is what you watch.
No.
That's what I honestly believe.
I know that's what you believe.
Like, because you see Van Dijk week in, week out, you're like, Van Dijk. But if we're being real, he's won 1 Champions League and 1 Prem.
No, I agree.
That's the effect
I hear it, and that's why for me,
I can talk about like people like Wes Morgan's won the Prem.
He's taking the piss.
No, I totally agree with that, because he's now
Robert
looking at
Hoofers won the Prem.
he's looking at team accolades. I'm looking at as a defender.
I don't know why he's laughing.
No,
I'm
but
being
I'm saying-
honest.
but at the same time, he's comparing.
I'm just
Saliba.
trying to make it make sense.
No, but
Like-
he's saying Saliba is better than Van Dijk at this point in time, which I agree. But Saliba hasn't won anything. He hasn't won.
Hold on.
But no,
I said that.
I took
cool.
Saliba and I said I'm not going to include Saliba and Van der Ven because they haven't won.
Okay,
anything.
my apologies on that one.
Yeah.
So I can say you can.
But I
say
think
you
right
can
now he's
have-
performing better than Van Dijk.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
100%.
saying.
But for me, is that I look at the defender in his whole, what he comes with, the abilities, the way he reads the game, his calmness, like everything about him. I've seen his best days, I've seen his worst, and he's still one of my favorite defenders, one of the best defenders all round that I've seen. The same way where I highly rate Ferdinand.
So are you saying Van Dijk is
highly rate Ferdinand as highly as I would rate Ferdinand?
Is Van Dijk the best defender of this generation?
You have to give me.
That deep breath. Rio Ferdinand was the best defender of his generation.
Depends. When does the generation start from?
Say 2010.
Yeah.
From 2010. Christ, I have to do a big brainstorm.
I'm gonna let you do a personal video on that.
Yeah.
But I want to get before
From
we.
2010 is Van Dijk the best defender that I've seen.
One thing I do like about Van Dijk is his attitude. Though
Yeah.
he's very humble. Remains very humble. I saw an interview that he had with.
Maybe that's because he knew the cliff was coming. I'm just joking. Van
Same
Dijk.
cliff that Sancho's on.
Yeah. Oh, and here we go. That's not a cliff. That's a sidewalk. Let's not do that.
Welcome to the Near Post podcast. You are through. You are here. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and subscribe.
Subscribe twice. Yes, why you can't do this?